Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast.
New generation, y'all millenniums, y'all got it all fucked up. The reason why is because because I became a grandparent does not automatically make me the babysitter or a daycare. Grandparents, true grandparents, they're supposed to raise their children right to where when y'all start having kids, y'all can financially provide for your own children and secure their daycare so you can go to work, so you can go out, so you can do anything else. Grandparents.
See, let me tell you where you got it wrong.
No. True grandparents are supposed to be able to call for their grandkids. Y'all supposed to come over here. No, that's for the daddies. That's for the daddies. When the daddies ain't in the home, that's where they go for the daddies. They go to their daddies for the summer because y'all got a split custody. That's how y'all got it fucked up. Grandparents are supposed to be able to come to your house and stay with you and visit with their grandkids. You're supposed to be able to drop your kids off when your grandparents call for them and in their leisure time. Grandparents are not supposed to be daycares. Everybody's time is valuable. We have our own life. We work very hard to get everybody out of the house. Why would we want to raise your kids and keep your kids?
And you got to let God teach you how to be a wife instead of a knife. Because the devil is sabotaging too many marriages. Too many. I don't care if me and my husband get into an argument. I'm not going to ever deny my husband what God says is his. I ain't gonna do it. I'm mad at you. I ain't gonna, and don't you touch me. And you ain't getting it for 3 days. And you ain't getting it for 4 days. And you ain't getting it for 5. You keep on doing that kind of foolishness. Because after a while, he ain't gonna want it.
Peace and love.
Then you're gonna be on your knees talking about pray for my marriage.
That's a fact.
I'm going down as a testimony that I did everything that God told me to do. So if it don't work, it's not my fault. But
ain't nothing wrong with y'all having the New Year's revolution. But man, fuck that fucking shit. Y'all know y'all gonna be still fucking them broke ass niggas and still mess with them nasty ass hoes. I'm tired of that shit on my motherfucking timeline. Stop motherfucking talking to them. Y'all gonna be still the motherfucking thing. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Fuck y'all.
Ain't no school for this shit, stupid. Ain't no school for this shit. You gotta be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. Now the crazy shit is niggas that look like you doing something wrong. What I do wrong? Now I'm motherfucking say you crazy, nigga call me crazy. You know I be thinking when they say that? Niggas say I'm crazy, I be thinking, yep. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now. Feel what I'm saying? So explain to me, like, when I'm coming up, niggas is like, yo, who won him? Like, who he with? Me, nigga. By myself, nigga. I do what the fuck I want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the young niggas love me. They love me. You know why they love me? They think like me. Nigga, we the same. We come up the same corners. We ain't had much. You understand what I'm saying? You just gotta hustle. Nigga, you gotta go hard, man. You see it playing games, man? Some niggas got it. I'm gonna get it. Trust me. I'm gonna get mine. I don't know about y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas on bullshit.
Peace and love.
Real shit, man. Like, I mean, like, I don't even know what to say to niggas, man. I go to my hood, niggas like, yo, what up? I be like, man, get the fuck out of here. I ain't talking to this nigga. What the fuck am I talking to this nigga for? You know? Can he help me?
Yo. Peace and love podcast, man. We back in here. It's a lovely Monday, December the 30th. It's the last Monday of the year. One of your hosts, man. My name is Emmett. You can catch me at EMCGEEE. Got my co-host in here.
It's your co-host, bro. You already know where to follow me at. Bro, the producer, #4, business page, slap of the trash shit. What's the deal? We in this thing, bruh.
That's the deal, man. What's going on, man? How was your weekend?
Coolin', man. You already know.
All right.
Same old.
Good to see you, man. You know, back in here in the flesh. God is good. Now, we got a special guest in the building. I'm going to get these cameras right. Let my brother introduce himself, man. We got some active, some legendary figures in here today.
Right.
Let me get this camera right.
All right, now.
And there it is. There it is. Let me get these applause right. There it is. Now we got my man, Mr. Edwin Womack, in the building.
Mr. Womack.
Mr. Womack.
Like Bobby, what you mentioned, Bobby Womack?
There it is.
Hold on. Wait a minute, who we got sitting amongst us?
Yes, indeed. So just to give a little background, man, my mom works at East Rancho Dominguez. My mom was telling me it's his brother, man. I think he got some really good information. I know you're doing your show. I think it would be positive if you reached out to him and see what he had going on. She told me about it a while ago. Had the number on my phone for a minute, and we had just sat down our last interview with brother Skip Townsend.
Yep. Shout out to Skip.
Shout out to Skip. Got a lot of good information, and I was just going through my information. I said, man, this would be perfect to have you come sit down so we can really get involved in everything we've been talking about. So again, we got Mr. Edwin Womack in the building.
Shout out to Mr. Edwin Womack. How you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Proud to be here. Happy to be here, man. Here with a couple of my friends, man. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be here.
Yes, indeed. So, from what I understand, you're an author, man. You got a lot of ties in L.A. You born and raised out here. Just kind of get people a brief description of who you are and what you do. Then we'll take it from the jump, and then we can kind of get into your story and then what you got going on.
First of all, I come from the streets. Went to prison. That's how I got to writing these books, and basically just expressing myself throughout the time of all the stuff that I was going through, the harsh treatment and confinement of prison.
Absolutely.
It led me to, expressing myself through the books.
Okay.
So that's how I got, on that tip right there, writing books.
Had you always been into writing books, or is that something that you picked up while you were in prison?
Well, I think my writing came from trying to write raps when I was probably 8, 9 years old.
Okay.
Of trying to, express myself throughout, the stuff that I was dealing with, as far as my parents being on drugs and stuff like that, and have to come to the community and be raised by, my older homies that was already set in stone.
I got you. When you say community, man, what community was that you was raised in?
I come from over there, Central, 88th, 89th, right there off of Central between McKinley and Wadsworth.
Okay. Right.
That's
exactly where that's at. And you said 8 or 9 years old, you was writing. So let's start from the beginning because it's your first time up here, right?
Yeah.
And we want to know who you are, your story, and prior to the prison term or whatever the case may be. You grew up your whole life over there on 88th, 89th in Central?
My whole life.
Whole life.
Yeah.
Whole life. So what elementary school, junior high you went to?
I went to 93rd.
You went to Drew Middle?
I went to Drew Middle.
Oh, you went to Drew to the Zoo, huh?
Yes,
Zoo.
indeed. You know that's
Drew.
about.
Yeah, I went to Kangaroo School.
That's fact.
Yeah, so that then Fremont.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah,
right over there.
Yeah, then it was prison after that.
Oh shit! God.
Straight from there.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Straight from Fremont.
Straight from Fremont.
What year what year was this? What would you say you was at Drew?
89.
89.
88, 89. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, cause I asked Skip this too, and I always want to know, cause I'm an '80s baby. I was born in '87, so I didn't get a whiff of none of the '80s. Really, both of us.
Oh, is that
what
right?
was it for you? What was it like growing up in the '80s at that time? Like, just what was it? What was going on?
Well, I didn't really understand it because I was young. Mm-hmm. So like I had older homies, like my homie right here, Big Dog, that they was already out there. So me coming along I was lost. So we had to find our leadership through them. Especially when my parents was into the things they was doing. So we didn't have nothing but them in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? So my whole life was jail. I went straight through jail. So and when I got out, that was the time that I actually. Throughout, I think when I was about 25, when I was in prison, when I just woke up and said, you know what, I got to get out here and do something different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because my whole life been shattered. You know what I mean? I'm talking about through just, parenting first of all, you know what I mean? And then going through the street stuff. So that's what that was.
Was it both parents that you had to, it was a drug thing you said?
Yeah.
Was it both parents or just one?
Both.
So you had to go through it with both of them.
Yeah.
Did you have any other siblings?
My brother, he died in prison, yeah.
Oh, damn, I'm sorry to hear that. Was that your older brother or your younger brother?
Older brother.
Do you think, because it's crazy you highlighted the parenting. That's obviously, do you think that's the main reason why you went the route that you went to that ended you up in jail?
Yeah, that's the essence of anybody's life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Parenting, if you got bad parenting or you don't have no parenting at all, it can go either way. It's not an excuse, but because it can go either way. You know what I mean? I know like Tyrese and them, they come up out of Watts.
Yep.
And they still was able to make it because they probably had mentors and people behind them. You see what I'm saying? Just so happened my mentors was shit, they was on their way to prison.
Right.
You know what I mean too? So it's about who you're around, your environment, the people you associate with. You know what I mean? It's the essence to all that.
Let me ask you this, man. Something that Skip did on the Jubilee thing, they asked a lot of gang members, man, do you think it's a choice to join a gang. Would you say that it's a choice, or it's something that you don't have a choice? It's based on where you come from, what you're born into, and you just kind of have to, assimilate to it.
I think it's separate. I think it's two different things. I think having a choice and being born into it is separate.
Okay.
Because when you're born into it, I'm talking about far as like me, like my uncle and them was selling dope in the front yard to my mama.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So it's a different level for you.
Yeah. So it was, the nephews and nieces, you bound to follow them.
Absolutely.
It don't have nothing to do with the streets.
Exactly.
It's in your household.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
When you get to the streets, now it's a choice.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do I want to go back around this corner where they all at?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So those people that aren't born into it like that, it's a choice for them because they have to go to the streets.
I believe so because I believe like him. He was born into it. Like I wanted. That's why I wanted them here because me and him have like the similar life because that's his bigger brother.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So they was in the game back in the 70s.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So he's seeing that. So I know he like shit. My brother doing it. What the hell I'm supposed to be? What I'm gonna do? Go to Catholic school?
Exactly.
You know
Because see, I thought that's a different perspective that I never looked at it that way. He was saying it's two different things. Peace and love. But like I always felt like me, I've been close to it, never gangbang, but I've been close to it, family gangbang the whole nine, right? So outside looking in, I always saw it as a choice, but it seemed like to me, like I was telling Skip, it's a choice, but when some people actually realize that they had the choice, the decision has been made already.
Yeah. For the people that had the choice, you're right. I think the people that had the choice, I think they end up on the deep end more than the people that's born into it because you have more of a history and understanding more than somebody just come and they have to make the choice. Because you can be flattered by seeing cars and low riders and stuff like that. I ain't flattered with that.
Because you used to it.
Because
I understand.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you might do anything to get that.
Right.
And I'm like, that don't cost nothing but $500.
And you see
what I'm saying?
I get you.
Because I got to mentor other people like, man, that stuff in the back. The older dudes already, them dudes had low riders and all kind of stuff. That stuff wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? They was focused on the gangbanging aspect.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's two different things.
Let me ask you this, man. We're gonna get to the books and everything real soon. Something that we always fascinated about. We both born in '87, and we hear about the crack epidemic.
Yeah.
We saw what the streets was in the '70s. We saw what the Black Panthers was and all that. And then it seems like in the '80s when the crack came, something happened to the streets.
It just went left.
Where gangbanging was just fighting, now we just together, as opposed to when the drugs came, it was guns and it was a whole different thing. What can you speak to what happened in the '80s?
Well,
in the streets
I don't
in LA?
even go so far back because like I say, I'm 42 years old. So I was in the streets in '87, but I was a young dude. So I was watching the dope dealers and the crack users at that time, not understanding the severity of it. You know what I mean? So I didn't really have too much history on it. I just fell in it. You know what I mean? So I didn't understand it until I got a little older, like the 90s, early 90s, 89, 90. You know what I mean? Stuff like that where it really affected me.
Yeah.
So I didn't have too much knowledge. But reading about it, I have a lot of knowledge of,
Okay.
where it come from.
See, you already did your time or whatever, right? Now I don't want you to speak on that. I don't like people to incriminate nothing themselves. But could you speak on your journey on what led you to prison?
Oh yeah, manslaughter.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was part of that circle. That's what you had to do, especially coming where I come from. It ain't too many. If you know the history of over there, you know what ain't too many singers or dancers coming up out of there. Ain't too many. You know what I mean? It's really straight to the business.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's well respected. Far as that get out, you know what I mean? But it's time to, bring something else to the surface. Give kids a way out, you know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, we got to become conscious. You know what I mean? Police got to be culture conscious. You know what I mean? We all got to come into a consciousness and say, you know what? I can't judge you because you black. Let me judge you for who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what the police do. That's what the mix-up is with the confusion. Because when I was coming up, they gave out baseball cards, football cards. So you take that out the element, which it is. It's a standoff. Because you were showing that you care for the kids. Now you're killing the kids.
So when you was growing up, the police used to give out baseball cards. They ain't never gave me no baseball card.
I ain't never got a baseball card, nothing.
Oh,
What?
Hell no.
Football cards, baseball cards.
Oh no.
It was a different relationship.
That's what I'm saying. So
Right.
when you take that out the system, what you got? Because these kids,
Like
now
you
got
said, a
it's
standoff.
Because
Now it's
they
an
not,
issue.
They not culture conscious. You see what I'm saying? You know, going at 87, how many dudes you done met? They like, man, why you act like this?
Yeah.
Man, where this dude come from?
Right.
You got to be in tune with the person. You got to learn the person because you might not take him to dinner with you.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? But he might still be a friend.
Exactly.
But we cut people off. So we lose out. You know
Instead
what I mean?
of getting to know them.
Instead of getting to know
I'm
them.
glad you hit. That's a good point, and I feel like that's what the gang banging did. That's how gang banging divided us.
Yeah. Well, no.
I will say this. This is why I say this, because it cuts off the relationship from the jump. The person on the you like this person that's on the other side of the track, you don't even know him, but you're not even gonna get a chance to know him because he's from the other side of the track. Whole time he might be way cooler than one of your homeboys that you grew up with. You get what I'm saying? So now because we come from two separate sides, I can't even get to know you and see if you really, because it's real 100 dudes from I don't give a damn where you from.
Right. But guess
you know
what
I'm saying?
That was back then. Today, more Bloods and Crips mess around with each other.
Yeah. This is true.
That's how the change is coming.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it's dudes that got Crip friends, Blood friends, and they like them dudes more than they like their own family members.
Absolutely.
So
That's true.
you know what I mean?
see
so
that.
the times has changed.
Yeah.
Dramatically. You know what I mean? So we going into an era now where now need to be education. See, education about all this stuff is really important, because if you don't have no education, if you ain't got the fathers in the home, you ain't got to live in the home, but if you ain't got the fathers in the kid's life, man, to bring education, we ain't talking about academically.
Yep.
We talking about life lessons, you know what I mean, that to raise kids. So we don't have no fathers doing that because they getting on drugs or they in prison, you know what I mean, beyond they, control. Some things beyond your control. That's why it takes a tribe to raise kids. So if you went to jail, he going by your house to make sure your
the
kids
straight.
Absolutely.
That's a village.
Absolutely.
You see
Right.
what I'm saying? We don't have that. And that's the culture that we lost. And that's the culture that the police don't understand. White people don't understand. All these different other races don't understand. And black people don't understand themselves.
But how do we get, first and foremost, how do we get the blacks to understand that, in your opinion?
Going to these churches. Start with these churches.
Going to
Church
churches.
people, because these church people only deal with church people, right? We got to open them up to deal with more people. But some of the churches, I ain't gonna say all the churches, but some of the churches only deal with Christians. Some Muslims only deal with Muslims. You see what I'm saying? So y'all got to stop with the bridge and open the bridge and say, we gonna deal with everybody. You know what I mean? That want to come and want to change their life, because everybody don't believe in religion. You see what I'm saying? Everybody don't. Some people really want to live life, man. You got people that really got talent out here that want to do things in life, homie, and they being stopped by that bridge. Whether it's a friend, family member, or the people just won't give them an opportunity, but they got talent, bro. So that's what we dealing with, as far as that, I believe.
Right, got you.
So you feel like the key to get into the neighborhoods are the black churches?
I think starting with black churches, starting with Muslims, mosques, starting with any entity that deals with changing kids' life, whether it's the foundations, you know what I mean, the Unity 1s, Unity 2s, all that different stuff, you know what I mean, like how they opening up and having different things for kids to come to and get lessons. Then they need schooling about it. See, the culture conscious, they need schools about gangs, you know what I mean, mothers that lost kids in these gangs coming to these other mothers that got kids that's messing up in school to talk to these kids. Like, this is what you want your mama to look like me? I ain't been the same since I lost my child, you know what I mean? So once they see certain stuff, you got to start from somewhere, because gangs is not never leaving. We know that.
Right.
The face of this world will end before gangs do. So we all understand.
But do you think we could ever get to a point where it's just peace?
I don't think that's realistic.
It's not realistic.
No, I think it can calm down, but I don't think it's realistic to just everything is just peaceful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
think so.
Yeah.
Because you know why? You got family members that don't talk to family members.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
outside the game.
Outside
That's
the
a
game.
fact.
Yeah.
So, when you got that type of, you got to, but you can build a nation within a nation.
Yeah.
As you raise your kids.
Right.
And he raised his kids. So you don't, you want to touch everybody, but you got to touch the people that you can. You can't worry about them other people, man.
Exactly.
You got to touch the people while you can.
I'm glad you touched on. He was about to, because I was going to ask you that, as far as just, because I feel like you're not gonna be able to get to everybody.
No.
You're not gonna be able to get to all the youth. You're not gonna be able to get all of these young gang members to stop gang banging. You're not gonna get everybody on one accord. That's why I always said, like I keep saying, I reiterate, I just feel like what we need is what I call 10 black commandments, just 10 rules, main rules that all blacks go by. And we just live our life that way, because I don't feel there's gonna be one man that everybody's gonna listen to. That's not gonna.
We look for it, but we couldn't find it. And every time we looked for it, they killed him.
They killed him off.
You look at it's over 10, 15 people. We don't know where they would have been at today, because you look at some politicians that's black that I believe sold black people out to a certain extent.
Oh, we can name. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Jesse Jackson,
Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Clarence Thomas too.
But you talk about the real ones, the Marcus Garvey. Garveys, the Malcolm
so we
X's,
don't know
the
where they
Medgar
would've been
Evans,
today.
yeah, that
You
got
feel what I'm
shot
saying?
down. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we got to, like our age group, you know what I mean? I'm a little older than y'all, but we got this right here, televelocity, which is television, man, and radio.
Yeah.
Is the two key things that, what was the brother's name? The Solidar Brothers, I believe.
Oh,
Or-
it wasn't George Jackson.
George Jackson.
It was George,
and they talked about this. They said, man, if you want to control a people, get on the airways.
Yeah.
Get a line of communication.
Communicate, and you can motivate
That's
through the radio.
No, because that's why they always show us in a bad situation, because they can televise us better than you can.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because we don't own none
But
of it.
see, that's why we have to own our media. We got to control, and we got to tell our own stories, man.
Yeah.
Because they showing us messed up, man. Every time, we look at the news, listen, they'll show old news that happened with black folks.
Yep.
20 years ago, then they'll show that, then they'll show a little white girl.
Exactly.
Selling ice cream. They just had a little girl selling tickets.
Exactly.
And sold all the tickets to save the school.
Yep.
But if a black girl would have did it,
They would've arrested her, and they would've said she didn't have no permit.
You ain't got no permit.
Right.
But this little white girl saved the school $8,000 for lunch tickets, man. You see what I'm saying? But you got these black families out here, man, they can't even buy a lunch ticket. They forced to do. The economy is set up for us to lose, bro. Everybody should know that.
I agree.
Yeah, it's set up for us to lose.
I agree, for sure.
So it's important that we come together, man, and we gotta support
advocate,
each other.
especially when you're doing something positive, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people they front, and this is what I was saying to myself. I said I don't want to be a dude that just write one book.
Right.
I don't want to be a one book. It's like making one hit song. You're gonna be your name gonna die out.
You're one hit wonder.
You're one hit
You'll
wonder.
be a one
I
book
want,
wonder.
I want people to understand who I am.
Right.
Through my writing. So
True.
I got about 3 or 4, 5 books, documentaries already written that I'm getting printed up right now, just about how I grew up, about how other kids is growing up, and about how civilization is right now today, and how it's impacting black folks.
That's what's up, man. Could you speak to the? We was talking about the Gangtology off
Yeah,
off
the
air.
Gangtology.
I think that's on your website,
My
right? That's the
website,
book you got. Yeah.
So
That-
could you explain
that's
that
the
a
one
little
that's
bit?
coming out.
That's getting printed right now
And
today.
you got one that's already out.
That's already out.
That's already out. That
Yeah.
one that one is not about gangs though.
No,
the one that's already out, right? It's a love story.
It's a love story.
Yeah. Okay.
I like to be, versatile with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, So the Gangtology is a word that I basically I trademarked the word Gangtology.
Okay.
Because, tologist is somebody that got 10, 20 years. I put it in my 20 years into this stuff right here, man. You should be able to, speak on it and teach about it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A psychologist
Right.
they practice that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A sociologist, that's
Right,
what
right.
they
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Right,
so
right,
that's
right.
the whole thing about gangtologists.
Okay.
And that's what I want to bring to the kids. And Facebook shut me down.
What? Okay. What?
Listen,
Damn.
Facebook shut me down. Listen, I had it on the Facebook. It was all positive. Wasn't nothing on there negative. It was all about upliftment kids. I even had my son. My son is an actor, and he been acting since he was 3. He been in different.
Oh, shout out
he
to
been in
him.
About 50. Nasir Womack, my son. Yeah, he been-
Shout out to him.
he just played with what's his name? John Singleton 2 weeks before he died, man.
What, on
Played-
Snowfall or something?
Snowfall.
Oh,
He played on that last episode at the ice cream truck.
Oh yeah. Oh, shout out to him,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Word to
what's
him
up.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So so Gang Talk, that's what I'm working on, man, to bring the kids to get to understand and have classes, to start some classes, man, that show parents what to look for, what to be conscious of when your kids is living in these environments.
So
You know
that's
what I mean?
what the whole
So the
class.
teaching
that's
is
what
about
the
how
teaching
to-
is about.
That's what
How
the
to
teaching is
deter the kids from that, or you teaching the parents too the signs and stuff like that, and what to look out for, just in case your kid is joining the gang, in the gang. Now, what do you do for a parent? Let's say you got a parent and the kid just. Some kids, I feel like at a certain point they just gonna do what they gonna do, and some of them just bad as hell. Some of them too far gone. Do you think all of them are reachable? What you do as a parent to where you got this child and he just won't stop. He just won't. Yeah, he don't get it until he got to go bump his head himself.
It's like at a certain age, right? It's like puppies. When you have a puppy and he keep peeing on your carpet,
Right.
and you might set out the pad. So every time he pee on the carpet, you spank him and you put him on the
Pad.
on the pad.
Right.
So eventually, after all them whoopings, what's gonna happen? He gonna pee on the pad.
Right.
He ain't gonna pee on the carpet no more. And it's the same thing with kids. You only can reach kids to a certain age, I believe.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? When the kids, seriously, because I was in the streets at 10 years old.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Early.
saying? My first case was at 11 years old.
God damn.
So, but I was in the environment tough. It was right there.
Yeah.
So I believe if you don't get, not because of my age, but if
Yeah.
you don't get kids around that 5, 6, 7, 8,
It's too
9,
late.
I ain't gonna say it's too late, but
It's gonna be harder.
it deals with your environment and it's deal with kind of discipline you putting down. To me,
So, and I would say, like, some people would say, well, what about the single mothers that's raising boys? And, you know, once you get to, like, middle school, you know, your mama, she going to be talking all of that. But after a while, she can't really whoop you. She can't really do nothing. And if you not on track, it's nothing that she can really say to you to get you in line.
I think that's a black excuse. I think that's a black excuse to me. Because I know a lot of single mothers, man, that raise their kids, man, and them dudes is tough. I'm talking about educated,
absolutely,
got a career. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's just.
And I'm not saying a single mother can't do it. I'm just saying for the adverse, if it's a single mother and her son is drifting off and she can't communicate,
I think I might agree with him on that though. But I didn't mean to cut you off though.
No, but
he says excuse.
I think it's an excuse because this. When parents see, you got to know the validity of gangbanging first and what it leads to. So if the parents don't understand, is my son just around here just writing this stuff, or is he participating in this stuff, or is he just hanging around these guys, or what's his role in this? What he trying to do? You see what I'm saying?
Some parents could be naive
because parents is naive, and that's why. Listen, even with my son, when me and my son mother was together, I go in the room. But he in the condominium. He ain't going nowhere. My son, he don't know nothing about no gangs. He ain't never seen. He probably seen it on TV. You see what I'm saying? So that's why he have acted out in school, because all kids need an outlet. You see what I'm saying? And it's a negative outlet too. You got to be aware that all kids gonna have a negative reaction to something. You see what I'm saying? No matter what it is, because it's just human nature. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody here. That's the perfect thing. Ain't nobody just here perfect. Kids is gonna have a negative outburst during school and through life, but you got to chastise it right then and identify what it is. You know what I mean? Like my son, he don't even know his status. You know what I mean? Kids recognize him from little shows, and he's not big headed. But when somebody stop talking to him, guess what? He throw a tantrum.
He tripping.
He tripping. And I'm saying, man, listen, let them trip. Let them trip. You shouldn't be tripping. It should be the reverse.
Right.
But he got to understand that. You see what I'm saying? But I got to keep telling him. His mama keep telling him. You feel what I'm saying? So long as he hearing it, and he growing up out of it, because he becoming old. He 11 years old. So
he's still a baby.
Yeah. Nah, but I look at it. Look, I got a picture, man. I could show you, man, in my phone when I was 10 years old, man. And I could show you a picture of my son 10 years old right now. The total difference. Two different upbringings, and 2 different lifestyles.
Absolutely.
And you would say, because you know, you look when you in them streets, you got a certain look.
Oh yeah, you probably look about 15 when you was 10.
A person's skin be fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's tricky, man. It's tricky.
How do you express, like, for somebody in your situation, right? And you. Cause see, I feel like that's all the more reason why somebody in the gang could tell somebody not to be in the gang or not to join the gang. But for those kids who's looking at the people that's like, how the hell you gonna tell me not to do something that you did? Like, how do you respond to that? Cause I feel like, not to cut you off before you start, I feel like just because you did that, that's all the more reason why. Oh yeah, hell yeah, that's he fresh out, he thugging. Oh yeah.
It was a real thing.
Yeah, hell yeah. But what I was saying was, I feel like a person like you can tell a kid not to gangbang because you've been through it. You know the ins and you know the outs. You've been somewhere that they haven't been. But for those kids that's like, man, how the hell you gonna tell me not to do it and you did it anyway? What's your response to that?
Well, experience.
Right.
First, if you don't understand experience and know what the experience is about, you're gonna fall anyway. You see what I'm saying? You got to experience things to reach that point. Right. So if you just saying it and you ain't experienced none, it's easy to say. But when you get to going to these different cities and these different schools and stuff, and you have these interactions, and that's when a lot of choice making starts. Because when you sweat it for, I live in this area, or I live right here, and people asking you, man, is you from over there?
Yep.
Or you got the look that look like you can be from over there, what happens? You experience.
Yeah.
Now that's where you say where the choice come at. Now I can either choose to, I can get put on if I'm not gang banging, or I can not do it, or I could. So that's where it at.
Yeah. See, me, I grew up with dudes that, like when I was growing up, I'm living in the blood hood, so I'm going to school. But I got dudes that live around the corner that grew up in the blood hood too. They not actually hanging like I was, but they going to school and they getting sweated, but they hanging with the Crips now. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? Them same dudes that was hanging with the Crips and knew they shouldn't be, as far as where we live, got careers today. But they played the system. You see what I'm saying? Instead of actually joining them, they befriended them. You see what I'm saying?
Played the system, like you said.
They befriended the dudes, and that's why today they still cool with both sides. You ever got some friends that just can go anywhere?
Me.
Yeah, you cool with Bloods and Crips. Ain't nobody gonna peg you and say, "Hey, man, you a Blood." You feel what I'm saying? Hey, you a Crip. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. Because guess what? That's a lot of pressure off your head.
Yeah,
man, that's a lot of pressure off your head, man. You know how much pressure that is when you grow up in these motherfuckers situations.
It's
man.
crazy he said that because I never looked at it as like playing the system until I got older, and then I actually realized, damn, this shit work. I know, because I would find myself in situations and be like, oh, it's ugly, right? I might be with some of my homeboys like, shit is ugly. And then somebody pop out the crowd, man, watch out, that's true, man.
Exactly.
Man, watch out, y'all better leave. And then I realized, like, oh shit, that shit work. It come in handy.
Absolutely.
And it's so more people like you. It's more people like you, I think.
Yeah.
Today. Today.
Than as in the 90s.
Hell yeah, because he would have got it.
Absolutely.
They gave it to him.
I thought that's what Skip just said. They would have been. They would have been.
Could you speak to that difference, man? We talk about it a lot.
Was a victim.
In the 90s, it seemed like it was a lot. It was a lot different.
In the 90s, way different. Man, I remember, 90s was way different, man. To me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I was doing time, man. I've been going to jail since I was 10.
So you was already, you was in jail. Did you get a full aspect of?
No, I never spent that. I think, let me see. I went to jail in 90, got out in 92, went to jail in 93, then went to jail in the end of 94, and then get out to 2006.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? So when I got out, but I did a lot of self-residence, you know what I mean? You know, because my experience, you know what I mean? I knew that my parents, they come from a good family.
Right.
Own property right now, still on the same block, own 5 houses, still right there.
Yeah.
Good parents.
They just chose to do what they did.
They just chose, but it affected the kids.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you look at that and you look back like, damn, man, you had everything you want. I never had what I wanted. You see what I'm saying? I never had, you you got some kids, man, they wake up, Christmas, they trees fat. We ain't had no Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Understood. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have none of that.
Let me ask you this, man. Would you say jail is really?
Porch at 10. He ain't even worried. He thugging
wasn't even tripping on Santa Claus. Yeah.
For real. You heard Boosie.
Straight up. But would you say that being that you spent time in jail?
Yeah.
Quite a deal of time in jail, right? Would you say that it's actually rehabilitative, or is it something that can help you, or is it?
I think it's self-rehabilitation.
So it's
jail
up to
don't
you.
rehabilitate you.
You gotta want to do it while you
got to want to do.
I got you.
But you got to find what your subject is that you're gonna rehabilitate. It's everybody got their curriculum and their category how they want to rehabilitate themselves.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? Me, I just chose the right.
Right.
Right. And I got out. And the cold thing about it, when I got out, man, I didn't think I worked for Long Beach Transit, man. For
when
10
you got
years,
out?
When I got out.
Wow.
In 07. I worked for Long Beach Transit from 07. I'm talking about picking up people.
Yeah.
At the stops.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it myself when I was doing it. I had the gang tattoos all on my thing, man, on my arms and stuff, man. I'm seeing people get on that was just like me.
Right.
And they asking me, how you get this job, man? Even my homie right here asked, he say, man, I don't know how you did it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you got that.
Right.
But it was just the grace of God, man, that you never know what you can do until you
apply yourself.
Until you effort. And then I put my application in. One day, the next week, they called me in for orientation, man. And I'll never forget this white dude told me, his name is Williams. A white dude, Williams, at Long Beach Transit. He told me, he said, you know why I picked you? I said, why? He said, because you had good posture, man, and you did your work, man, and you stood there, man, and you was real, coherent. Like you was really wanted this job.
Yeah.
I said, I did. I do.
Shit. Got it. Right. And landed
worked there for 10 and a half years. They just now retired me 2016.
Yeah.
That's man.
2016.
I can dig that.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
No, ain't no correct. They shortened my life.
Oh,
that's why I'm picking up with these books and writing and stuff because they retired me. Because I had surgery on my back.
So you had a medical retirement.
Yeah,
they made you had early medical retirement.
Exactly.
Understood. Got you. So we got, look, speaking of books, you got GANGTOLOGY. GANGTOLOGY is the book you working on.
No, that's just the website.
That's the website.
Yeah.
But which is it so GANGTOLOGY, what that's just the website, right? Now is it a book called?
No.
Okay, got so the website is gonna consist of what would you say as far as like the classes with the parents and showing the
That's gangtology.
That's what gangtology
That's what
is.
gangtology is.
Got you.
Exactly.
I got you.
So, but I'm bringing my book out up under that because my book talk about my life and like I say, the two guys that's on death row. So it's called The Big Evil Story. And I was letting him.
I wanted to touch on that also.
Yeah,
He said the big. Wait, hold on. Is it? Okay, so let me see if I can.
Yeah.
The big is evil. We talking about evil from.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
no more.
That's the.
This is the story right here. The detective of the LAPD, the use of the N-word, Royal's infamous gang murder case.
Yeah.
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 We were speaking on that a
that's,
little bit off camera. Yeah.
Yeah. I that's so crazy. You know me. You know.
Everywhere. He told me. He said that he know every time.
Yeah. That's big evil for swine.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, for sure. I already know. I already know what it is. As soon as he said 89th and Central, I went right past the curve. I already knew what it was.
already know what it was.
Stop playing with me, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Louisiana chicken, every shit, man.
We can't really speak to the specifics on that because you speak about that case. What happened with the LAPD and everything?
Well, it's really cases. They had like 10 murders. Him and my boy Michael Allen. So they in there together. So I talk to him like every day. But it's some fraudulent stuff. You know, the police playing roles and like in everything. You know what I mean? Police play roles and put stuff on people, man, all day when they think. If your name is out there, if your name was hot right now,
they can place whatever.
They can place whatever they want to put on you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I say, but I don't speak on people cases and different stuff like that because I knew them dudes, you know, when I was young. That's part of the reason why I'm coming out with the gangtology, coming out with the books to give people a understanding about. Listen, y'all playing. Yeah. This stuff is serious, man.
Right.
It look gully. You know, it looked like you could, man, I could jump rope over here, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you see, I done seen, man, 10-year-old, 11-year-old kids dead, shot, innocent.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Innocent kids. You know what I mean? We ain't talking about, they ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
That's deep, man.
And to want to see, to continue that, man, that's sad, man. That's sick. It's like the dude say, he say, man, not to give us dignity and human rights, man, y'all got to be sick. You see what I'm saying? And that's it, bro. You know what I mean? Look,
because I'm not naive to the fact that a lot of this shit, I think systematically it was set up. The system was set up against us. It's not for us, right? But I also feel like a lot of this shit we causing on ourselves.
No.
You don't feel though? Why is that?
Because the system wasn't created by us.
Right.
It wasn't made by us. Look at the words that the system is called. Judicial system. You know what I mean? All the jury. All this is Jews. You know what I mean? This is on the Jewish people, man. We don't have no connection to none of their inventions.
Right.
You know what I mean? Regardless of what they have. The Constitution, we ain't wrote. They had people put in stuff in the Constitution that wasn't even presidents, but wasn't no black man. Marcus Garvey didn't have nothing. They didn't put nothing on Marcus Garvey stuff in there. You see what I'm saying? So we ain't got nothing for ourselves. We following a whole other people, man. Lifestyle. You know what I mean? We the only people, man. I'm gonna say this, man. That like you got Hispanics.
Yep.
Right. They get food brought from their country here. Right. Everybody. You even got Africans that probably Ethiopians that probably get their food from their country. You see what I'm saying? We the only people that depend on white people.
This is true.
To eat. No, I'm talking about the basic shit.
Yeah.
To eat. All these markets, that's what I say, man. I'll be riding, man. I'll be on my Harley, man. I'll be riding. I say, damn, ain't no food for lesses in Seal Beach.
No, they don't got that. Huh? No, they don't got food for less.
No,
they
their
got
produce is top level.
Yeah,
man.
they got
everything is much
No, but
better
I'm just
than
saying, why is that?
Yeah.
Why ain't no food for less out? This is a market. You see what I'm saying?
That's how you know they serving us bullshit.
But not just that, because guess what? They put it in our communities, and they know who it's going to affect, like food stamps.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They know they got a wall, man, with this shit lit up on the wall. They got where we all at.
Yeah.
Majority of us in Lancaster now.
Yeah.
And we're in these valleys thinking that we
Yep.
done got a big old
Lancaster
house and we done got away.
Palmdale.
But we sitting on some land that ain't even cool.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So you saying the land is faulty?
The land faulty.
Yeah.
So listen, when it come out, man, these people are smart, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But we the people that's not taking a consciousness of what they doing and subvertly.
That's why I think like some of it, like the question I asked you, I feel some of it we have to take ownership, right? Because like this, a lot of my homeboys that got killed, yeah, they made the decision to gangbang and all of that shit, right? But it was another black man that pulled the trigger. Wow. And that be my whole thing. It's almost like I can't, who I'm going to get mad at, I'm supposed to get mad at the system because this man decided to shoot and kill my homeboy, it was the same thing when they were saying the government has something to do with Malcolm X. If they did, a black man still put a trigger. So at the end of the day, it still fell on us to do it. Yeah. And you flipped the script and killed this man as a black man. That's why I say sometimes I feel like we got to take ownership in some of this shit. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they could have even if they did, like I believe it. They dropped them crates back in the day. I wasn't born though. Yeah. They found the crates on the tracks, but we picked the guns out the crate and got the shooting.
But it's deeper than that. The crates. It's a system.
Right.
The system was already, man, the system that we living on right now was designed 100 years ago. Okay. 100 years ago, man. They just bringing it to the surface for us to see. Like all these new laws, these laws don't come into existence just because you got too much traffic in LA. Man, come on, man.
They
listen,
here for
man.
a reason.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, this is some real stuff. Some people might not agree. More black people got killed under Obama than anybody.
As far as you saying from what?
Cop killings. More black men got killed by cops under Obama than any other president. Why you think that is?
Peace and love.
That's a damn good question.
Huh?
Well, we already said Obama didn't do anything directly.
No, he didn't put the military bases in Africa.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he put military. Why you think he put military bases in Africa? See, this is what I be talking about, and people gonna disagree with me behind this, but I have an understanding, and I have my own opinions about stuff. Just like with Donald Trump, right? In Los Angeles, you know this. Everybody in here know this, man. That Hispanics kill brothers.
Okay.
In the gang life.
Yeah.
Right.
But they have so much persuasion over their families that's probably not racist to be racist, right? When Donald Trump was running for president and he was saying what he wanted to do with them, more black people stood up for them than they stand up for themselves.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. We always feel like we got to save everybody else. Save your goddamn self first.
But
Shout
we'll
out to
walk
Dr.
right
Clark
past
Anderson.
you. Listen, but I'll Ming mug you in the street.
Yep.
We'll say that.
Yep, it's a sad ordeal. That's what I was speaking on. And when you, especially like, cause see, I'm 32. I'm not old, but I'm not young. I ain't the one that's out here. I ain't at that wilding out age. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I still look in that age bracket, so I still got to carry myself, in a certain manner just to be protected to make sure I make it home. And it'd be a trip to see that I can walk into a goddamn store and see somebody that look just like me and it's tension. Or they might think or they mean mugging me, or I've been in LA my whole life, 32 years. I know if he want to bang on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know what to do. Okay, here it comes.
Yeah.
Okay, so he finna bang on me. What's happening? What's the deal, homie?
How you doing, black man?
You feel me?
Going straight off the top.
We going straight to the intro. Let's get.
But guess what?
This shit going.
You throwing way off.
Yeah.
Because the average gangbanger in the street is really not a thinker, especially this new shit. This new generation, they not thinkers.
Yeah.
So listen, if I catch you looking at, what's up, young man? How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up, OG?
Yeah, because he wasn't expecting you to say that.
Because that's not what he around.
Exactly.
See, he around where it's all mean, all mad all day, man, all just drama. Man, when you around, can you imagine yourself, man, being around negativity every day? Hearing somebody's story about something negative every day. And you might be a negative person, but his negative might overthrow you.
Yeah.
Man, I know I'm negative, but damn. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It'll rub off on you.
But then you'll start analyzing yourself like, man, I need to change my life, man. This how I be sounding? See, you could look at somebody else and see how you be sounding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you feel what I'm saying? Like the reflection of, man.
You start listening to it like, damn, do I
see,
sound like that? Yeah,
but that's the maturity in somebody like you or us that can recognize that.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people, it's a lot of young dudes that don't recognize it because everybody doing the same thing around them. Everybody talk the same. Everybody sound the same. Everybody, so they think it's okay. Everybody is not.
I think the better question, not
it's
to cut you off.
self-awareness.
Yeah, the better question is, how did you get to that point? Because you was once that person too.
I was antisocial though. See me, I was a dude when I came up. I only messed with my hood. Like I didn't mess with nobody else. Like I didn't have no friends outside. Like no basketball friends or nothing. Soccer, baseball friends. I messed with straight my hood. You see what I'm saying? So we already had our lingo. We already know because we grew up. Like when I see him, we used to be in the Cutlass in the early '90s.
Yeah,
passing each other. You see what I'm saying? So we that. Hey, look,
that Cutlass was a real. That was street.
You gotta be careful getting the Cutlass.
Cutlass, come on, man.
I had a Firebird. I used to pass
all kind of man.
You know what I mean? But you ain't got that today. These kids kids now in BMWs.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
know
they
what
are anything for
They ain't you see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
100,000 miles on it.
That's a
But guess
fact.
what? They know how to make it look good. They got them young girls with them. Listen.
What I would say in the 90s, there was definitely cars that was associated with gangbanging. If you saw this
yes,
car
it
hit the
was.
block, you know, okay,
Yes,
hold
it
on, let me
was.
chill out for
And
a
guess how
second.
much some cars cost today?
Depending on the car,
Thousands.
there's a grip. Yeah.
A colors cost about $2,500. I brought one for $200.
200 back then, 300.
Yeah,
My
come
mama
on,
bought
man.
a Cadillac, I think, for my
Shit.
auntie for 300. It was like
Yeah.
200 or 300 for real.
So the
We
times is
pulling up in
different,
a big
man.
old
It's a lot
submarine.
different. It's a lot different.
That's why Gangtology. That's why I'm coming with that. You see what I'm saying? And I wish we had old video of the '90s of the stuff that was happening in the '90s. The only thing we can relate with now is the music.
They got
Because-
a lot of videos though of the '90s though. It depends, like what exactly?
Yeah, I'm
though?
just talking about just livelihood. Just livelihood to see how young man was really respectable. You know what I mean? When you open the door for an old lady.
I got you.
Man, these dudes, listen, man, I used to drive the bus, bro. Listen, this is no lie. And I used to get mad. These young dudes was going to Cabrillo and Poly and Jordan and all these different schools, right? I get on the bus and let this old lady stand up, man, and hold the pole. I stopped the bus. I pulled to the side. I said, look, bro.
Let her sit down.
Let her sit down, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's up? But I can't be mad at him. Guess why? He really probably don't know.
He never been
He
taught.
don't
He
know.
never seen a man.
His
act
moms
like,
and them probably
exactly.
younger than me.
Exactly.
And you know what's so crazy? Because back then, like even today, just walking, if you walk in a damn grocery store, people don't say excuse me nothing no
Nothing.
more. They don't say nothing at all no more. But it tripped me out because back then you could see the hardest of the hardest dude. I don't give a damn who he is. He could be the hardest of the hardest dude. He could be your homie, right? Your mama right there. He cussing. Hey, my mama. Oh my bad.
He gonna chill out.
My bad.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
feel me? He go.
Absolutely.
Oh my. Oh, it's an old lady that need help. Somebody gonna help him.
Oh yeah.
Man, I remember this wasn't even the other day. This was like, what? It was a little while ago. I'm sitting in my car, right? I'm at the homie DT house. I'm sitting in my car. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was texting or something. I'm about to get out the car. I look across the street, see an old lady. She had a cane. She on the sidewalk by where the grass is getting to the curb.
I got you.
So it must have been like a dip or something in the grass and she fell. Bam!
Yeah.
Right? And I'm finna open up the door to get out the car, but
Yeah.
me coming from the generation I'm coming
Yeah.
from, I see a girl walking past. I'm thinking, oh, she finna help her. So I kind of what?
Peace and love.
Man, that girl must have looked at the old lady on the floor
And kept going.
and kept walking. I said, what
That's
the
sad.
hell?
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old lady had a cane
Yeah.
and the floor. I said, what the hell?
That's deep.
I got out the car and helped her up, and she like, thank you. And she
Yeah.
kind of looked at me like you actually just helped me? I'm like, yeah, look,
That's
you know,
sad,
it's the
man.
norm. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the parents? What?
Yeah.
It's just the parents.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you ain't that, listen, only thing I'm gonna tell you, it's sad. I don't really like really talking about because I understand. See, when you come to understand this stuff, it's sick. It's sick when you understand it. It's cool when you don't.
Yeah.
But when I was young, black folks only told their kids right and wrong. We didn't instill education. You see what I'm saying? So we taught right from wrong. Don't touch that fire. It's hot. Okay, go touch it. You learned, didn't
See,
you?
that's what happened. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you got these kids now, they coming up, look, they for Christmas, guess what they get? They get an iPad. So you could put in a couple of words that don't even make up a word, and something will pop up on your iPad or your computer or whatever it is, and it can be the most gross stuff you ever seen in your life. And they keep punching up these words, and they letting them, they teaching
They
themselves.
get desensitized.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they teaching the parents is not teaching them. This is what's teaching them. You see what I'm saying? All these gadgets and computers and all these. Oh, I'm finna go get it. And why you think that is? Man, when I was coming up to school, we had a white Apple computer with the floppy disk. No, for
It was
real.
the big clear one.
The
in
big
the back?
no,
They're not even that one
no,
yet.
the beige one. I think it was beige. Look, you put the floppy disk. You put the floppy disk on the
Big
side.
old clear
You got to do the disc like this and put it on the side. But
Hey, what
I had-
nobody trying to sit there on that shit all day? We
hell no.
outside. It's slow ass bullshit.
Man, I played Centipede on it. They had the little Centipede game on it. You know what I mean? So,
That's fact.
but the thing about it
They ain't
is,
sitting in the house for hours playing no Centipede for sure.
man, it's tough, man.
Times have changed though, man.
Hey, speaking on your, okay, so we got Gangtology, right? We know what that is, the science
Yeah, that's the
behind it, right?
website, yeah.
That's the website.
Yeah.
What, speak on the love story, the other book you got.
Oh,
that,
Torn
well, that
Between
book,
Love.
not, Torn Between Love. What is that about?
Oh, it's basically about a young dude that kind of grew up like me, didn't have no family.
Yep.
And he met this girl, And she was a beautiful girl at the time. And the cool thing about it, before I tell you, is that I made the book, like if you look at the front cover of the book, I made it like it was like the 1800s. Because when you see black people dramatized or, you know, talked about in these like short novels like that, it's always in a slave state of mind. But I wrote it like if they was just living regular life. Right. You see what I'm saying? With using the streets that, you know, that come from them times and the dialect. You know what I mean? So,
so the setting was at that time, but
1800.
But it's just about it's living regular. So they basically free. It's a free
country for them.
They free in that setting.
They don't know nothing about slavery. Yeah,
okay.
And it's the 1800s.
Understood.
You see what I'm saying? So once you see I'm gonna try to show you the cover so you can see how, you know.
I think I might have your website still in the tab. I'm out there. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
You see?
That's the same one. Let me go back to the.
No, you was on the website, the GANGTOLOGY. This is the front of the book.
Let me see it again. Oh yeah, that's real 1800s.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so I tried to.
It looked like a whole slave.
Yeah, but they wasn't. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to really elucidate and tell people like this is not about slavery because we got too many slave movies.
They got how many books would you say you wrote?
About 5.
5. You wrote them all since you was out or in? Or
No, I finished them.
Yep.
So when I got out, like I got a documentary I just finished, but most of the books I finished once I got out because I had the means. Now, you know, up in there, you know, I wrote on paper bags. I still got the rough drafts on paper bags because I, you know, tear them in half and write on them and keep this paper bag because we used to get our lunch in prison in a little paper bag, like somebody buy a beer in. Like, you buy it. So I wrote on there. I had like, man, ain't no telling how many bags I had stacked up like it was paper. You know what I mean? So,
I got a question for you too, and it's probably like, and it's the same thing like with us and what we do with the podcast, right? Do you ever feel discouraged, or how do you distinguish yourself? Because you got a lot of other men that went to prison, and a lot of them like to read and write books, and you know, how do you distinguish yourself from those others that, you know, that do it? Because some people, when you got so many people do it, like with this podcast, it seems like everybody just
want a podcast.
Podcast. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with us. So when sometimes I guess some people might look at it like, oh, you doing the same goddamn thing too? How do you feel about that? How do you overcome that when, you know, when people like, oh, you went to jail, or you went to books too, and all this type of, you feel me? How do you approach that if that comes your way?
Well, I'm gonna say this as far as the podcast thing, right? Everybody want a podcast. They probably got the thing downloaded on their phone and talk on there. But how many people got this? How many people stand behind what they doing? Now you can always hear somebody saying, I want a podcast. I want to do a podcast, but I'm here with the podcast. You see what I'm saying? So it's good to want, but if you're not putting steps behind it,
exactly. It don't mean
that's
that.
failure to me. That's straight failure. So my thing was this. I want to be different from everybody, man, that ever wrote. Because guess what we don't have right now? Far as black man, really even writing. Young black, I'm talking about my age group. We don't have, see, this like Teddy Pendergrass. We don't have Teddy Pendergrasses no more. I don't know nobody that came close to but Jaheim. No, I'm just saying, so we don't have the old school stuff no more. We ain't got plays. See, I want to make my documentary a play. So when people go, you know, I'm talking about a traveling play where people can see, man, this is what's going on around the country. A lot of people, man, see us on TV, don't know that we are beautiful people, bro. You see what I'm saying? They don't know what type of people we is until they actually be like, man, these people been lying to us all this time. They always show y'all unloosing a window or going through a window or shooting or running or doing something. That's not even us. It's like when they show Africa, bro. You feel what I'm saying? They only show us the flies that's around the kids here.
Yeah, like,
but show us the real motherland. Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Show us where the people really living at. I know it's people that got money over here. Stop playing.
They got way more money than the people over here.
Absolutely.
Like, why you think people go to Dubai now?
Absolutely.
Dubai got more money than this. Huh? You see what I'm saying?
They go to Dubai like it ain't no thing nowadays. That's the thing to do when you got a sack. They go straight to Dubai.
Why would you want to go somewhere where they got the money, but you can't get your money here? You'll spend your last money to go somewhere where they got money, but won't try to get money here. Why you won't create here?
That's real.
And make your own Dubai?
That's real.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I want to do, man. Anybody that know me, man, know that, man, I try to help as many people as I can, man. Throughout I always been that way because I never had nothing, bro. I ain't never had nothing. I'm talking about literally. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, I could tell you a toy, the only toy I probably got when I was coming up. You see what I'm saying? So, and my son the same way, man. My son go out there, him and his mother, man, they go out there, man, and they feed the homeless. You know, his family is Daryl Strawberry and all them, so they go out there.
Daryl Strawberry grew up out here, too. He had a brother, I think. Didn't he have a brother before that gangbang or something? I think one is, or something
I don't
like
know
that.
too much about him, but my son's mother is his ex-wife, Lisa Strawberry, ex-wife. The girl Diamond that was on Atlantic, on the housewife thing. What was in New York?
I don't know. I don't be watching that shit.
Yeah,
man.
But I watch because my son, but that's his cousin.
Got
so
you.
That's
Understood.
how he, a lot of stuff coming about.
Well, I guess, how would you want to? You lived a full life. You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of positive in the neighborhood. What would you want your how would you want your name to be remembered? Like when
your legacy.
Yeah, what do you want your legacy to be?
I would want it to be on paper. I would want to be in a book. I would want people to read up on it. You know what I mean? I want it to be left like music. You know what I mean? Like Tupac. You know what I mean? You know how Tupac, his musically, I want to be the author.
I see what you're saying.
The author Tupac.
Yeah.
Of expressing it and talking for the people, because we don't have people my age group and in my age, man, that's really stepping forth. You see, the only thing we got is Kaepernick. You see what I'm saying? And that's
know
sad.
what's so crazy? Because you the third, like, it's only 3 black men that I can know. You the third one I just met that got anything to do with just writing a book.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I haven't met Shaka Senghor, but I heard of him. I seen his story. Terry Roden from Faux Trey.
Yeah.
And
I heard
then,
of him. Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
I
You got the boy from A Train.
Who was it?
He wrote that one book. What's his name?
But see, I don't. That's
Monster
what I'm saying.
Cody.
Oh, Monster
but
Cody.
see, but I'm talking about. But see, Cody above you.
Yeah.
He older than you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You talking about the age? Yeah.
Yeah. When you speaking on like what you saying, when you speaking on plays and shit like that, and turning your book into a play.
Yeah.
I ain't never met nobody that just in general that want to turn their book. I feel like it's a dope ass idea. Especially, it's even doper, especially coming from somebody like you in your background.
Exactly.
People can't even fathom what the hell. Like, it's so confusing on both ends. It's so confusing to the people that like plays, and it's confusing to the people that come from where we come from.
Exactly.
They like, you do play, what the hell?
Because your mind don't go that far. You don't think you can do that.
Bro, you got to expand your mind.
But you got to be around them people.
And you know them same people, what's so crazy is, them same people that'll tell you that about your play, they'll go and watch a fucking Tyler Perry play.
Yeah, you're right.
Get your ass out of here.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? You can watch Tyler Perry all day long.
Yeah.
And when this black man say he got some real shit going on in the play,
exactly.
You don't want to see it.
But they'll see this, you know why? Because it got something to do with gangs. And gangs run the world. You see what I'm saying? So the play is basically about showing how it actually, see, people never step outside their body and look at themselves.
Right.
Could you imagine this happening to your son or your daughter or your father or your mama? So when you see it in the play and it's going to state, and these people seeing these people dramatizing what goes on in Los Angeles, man. I'm talking about this straight gut. I'm on the scene. I ain't talking about these dudes that ain't on the scene. They speaking from a distance, talking about, they got their notepad, talking about, I just seen some gangster shit. Let me write this shit down.
A real journalist.
You see what I'm saying? Like a real journalist. Man, I'm not no journalist. I'm right there.
10 toes.
You see what I'm saying? And it's dangerous for me.
Right.
To be right there. But I have an understanding. I try to be as serene and positive as I can be so I don't get hurt. You see what I'm saying? So everything has its way, man, of turning out, man, for the best. And I just believe this is gonna be the best way for the kids that's coming up right now. Because you got a lot of ignorant parents, man. You got a lot of ignorant parents.
Hell you
no,
do.
I'm talking about black, man. I hate to say this, man. You got some ignorant black parents, man. I'm talking about, you got to think about, you got parents, you 32.
Yep.
So your son or daughter can be 15, 14, 13.
Yep.
Right?
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
And guess what?
That's real.
Them years, and my boy can tell you right now because he got a daughter. You see what I'm saying? Can tell you right now, man, you walking on eggs. Then you got to put yourself in a position like,
because
what kind of father I'm finna be?
Yeah, because your daughter is at that age now, boy.
What do you do? Because see, like 32. Wait, hold on.
He had to figure it
You got
out.
the bathroom on that one, boy.
Look, I'm just saying.
Because as a man, you already, I don't know, man.
30, but see, look, man, you still got, because he's speaking on, just, you got a lot of ignorant parents that you do.
Yeah.
And that's funny he said that, because I can only imagine. I got homeboys that's close to my age. They not gang banging, but they still gang members. So they still got
That's what makes a gang.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they still got some of that. They not completely transitioned out of it at that age. So it's almost like it's a fine line when you raising kids and you still trying to transition out of your gang life. You feel what I'm saying? So it's almost like, what are you teaching the kid if you still in it?
Yeah.
What is the kid getting out of it?
Well, the thing about it is, that's the difference between a choice and being born in it. See, me being born in it is different for me because guess what? I control my own destiny. Like, I'm not there. See, when I get young dudes around, anybody know, when I get young dudes around me, I tell them positive stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't telling them, man, listen, man, go get the gun and go over there and shoot them dudes up because that's not what we living at. You know what I mean? Man, them streets where I come from, man, been doing that over 30 years.
Yeah.
Over 30 years. You know how many brothers died from black on black violence? And y'all
That's
can look
fact.
this up, this number. Over 370,000 black on black crimes and murders have been committed from black people.
What's the time frame? You remember the time frame on that?
Since gangbang.
Shit.
So gangbang only been existing, what, about 40 years?
Mm-hmm. What, since, what's that, supposed to 68, 69 or something?
Okay, yeah. So you just say over 40 years. So you talking about over a 250,000 people.
That's crazy.
That's
being
a whole
killed
population. That's a whole community gone.
Yeah, that's
The whole community,
That's
bigger than the.
That's a lot of people, man.
Listen, well, it's about 2 million people in
It's
Los
too many
Angeles.
people.
LA.
You can say that. For
In Los
sure.
Angeles, right?
And you said 300?
Over 370,000.
So that shit could be damn near. That's damn near 500,000 people.
More people than died. This my boy calling from jail right now.
It's real life. Peace and love podcast, baby. This ain't no faking. You know what I'm saying? Hell
This
no.
my boy on death row.
Oh shit! Shout out to him.
In the men's central jail.
The one I was telling you about, he on the.
Yeah.
Payment option. Press 0 to refuse.
Peace and love.
Or press 1.
That's a damn
To
trick,
prevent calls
man.
from this facility, press 9.
What that motherfucker say?
Hello.
Which one?
This is a call from
That motherfucker said some different shit.
an inmate in the men's central jail. To hear your payment option, press
Peace and love.
to receive. Please note that your account and any transactions you complete with GTL or any of its affiliates.
I wonder what's the solution,
Terms of use and the privacy statement.
He on death row. I wouldn't even imagine how that shit feel.
Well, he in the county jail on the reversal. He shows you the what the DA was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So he back down there on the appeal.
So he going back to court. They sent him from the penitentiary county. Then he got to go to court from there. Yeah.
Per minute, plus taxes and surcharges. As an example, a 10-minute call would cost $2.50.
And can you do this for me,
Taxes
dog?
and surcharges.
So I want y'all want to keep going. No, that's fat
You
rap.
have up to 60 minutes
Oh, so
of talk time. You pay for just this call or fee of $3.00.
$50 on the motherfucker.
Please hold.
So what I gotta do?
Let me ask you this real quick.
Please have your payment card ready.
If you could still, he could probably
Your card
multitask.
will not be charged if the call is not connected. To accept these charges and
Oh, let me- I want your card on there.
press 0. Please enter your credit card.
Well, let me ask you this while we waiting. Have you seen the Gunna situation? Now we got to talk about that, bro. We got to talk about that Gunna situation. Now,
Yep, I saw it.
we saw T.I.
Hell
with the same
yeah, I
Crime
saw
Stoppers
it.
video.
Yeah, I saw
Now we
it.
ain't saying
Hell
Crime
yeah,
Stoppers
I
is
saw
bad.
it. So the boy Gunna is snitch now? Or
Still-
what's
hold-
going on?
We got the video. We gonna play the video.
Please enter the 3-digit security.
That's crazy.
Boy, you pussy ass, bro.
It's a video out there without the dude talking.
Sergio
Oh.
Kitchen.
Let me see if I can find it. Are we straight? Okay.
Your card was charged successfully. This telephone call may be monitored or recorded. The use of special calling features
Oh,
is not permitted during this call.
It's still on.
To consent to the monitoring or recording of this call, please press 1 after the tone. Thank you for using GTL.
What's up, Farrah? Hey, I'm at the radio show. Hey, I sent the package. You should get it today. I sent both of them. Yeah. Yeah. It should pop up. You see it on there? Oh, I didn't do it. I had a broad do it, so I'll get back on there.
Peace and love.
Hey, look, hey, Farrah, look, I'm at this radio station, man. They might want to ask you some questions, man. I'm live right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to ask him some questions?
Absolutely, man.
Hey, I'm gonna hand the phone over to him.
What you got for him?
Yeah, you know, just first off, thank you for being on the Peace and Love podcast. You said you're just Fat Rat.
Yeah.
Man, just could you speak to your perspective, man, from a brother that's fighting the case, being on death row? Like, could you just speak to that?
What could you, because you in that situation, right? What could you tell the youth out here, bro? What do you suggest they do not to follow in or not to end up behind bars and to end up in a situation of with even just this gang shit? What type of message do you have for the youth, big bro?
Well, I don't think I can really
You got the on the mic.
Stay out of trouble, go to school, listen to your parents, get into some type of activities after school, sports, just basically do good in school, man, and keep, just keep things right,
Just keep things right. I understand.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just, you called me early morning right now, just getting up, but I wish I could have caught you at a better time. But any other thing you wanted to add?
Oh my bad. My bad. We appreciate just the message, OG. You know what I'm saying? Just the message. Just as long as the youth could hear something, especially from somebody that's actually in that situation that that's lived both sides. So we just appreciate those words to the youth. Yeah.
This much. It ain't good. You don't want to wind up in the situations I'm in. Although I'm in here for something I didn't do.
Right.
So it's just, stay out of trouble. Gangs ain't the way,
Right, understood. And we wish you luck, man, on all your endeavors and just your situation within itself. It's an unfortunate situation, but we hope, you come out on top of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Very much appreciated.
Appreciate you. Just appreciate you for talking to us, man. Thank you.
Yes, indeed, man. That's what's up.
Peace and love.
Hey, yo, Mike. Yeah, so I'm gonna finish this. Hit me, man. In about an hour or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of caught me.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Peace and love.
All right.
But I'll catch you in about an hour, all right?
All right, bro.
All right.
That's what it is.
All right, so all in all, right, this last but not least, right, this is my
Yeah,
last
right,
thing
man.
I got for you, man. Do you feel like, because when you were younger, it was a different relationship with law enforcement, with the police, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel nowadays, because the relationship is so strained, do you think we should work on repairing the relationship with them, or do you think some of our people, some of our black youth have to go and apply for those jobs too to make the change in the community?
Well, that's very interesting, because that's got a catch to it.
Yeah.
Because the cold thing about it, before you can go apply for that job, first of all, they already put the felony on you. See, it's so easy to catch a felony today than it was ever. Because you can get a felony. Listen, if your kid hit a kid in school, what's that?
They giving assault all type of shit.
But look at the age group we talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
They give you a felony before you even a teen. They can give you a felony at 10.
That's crazy.
9, 8. So by we being up against a faulty system, we are subjected to these felonies.
Peace
And
and
it's,
love.
when you come and you want to be a police, because a few of us make it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I come up when in the black community, black police black communities.
Right.
Ask me the last time I
Yeah.
seen a black police in the neighborhood.
You don't.
So that could be a solution. We need black police officers
You
to
say
police
black
our
police
community.
or no, you say, because I think the relationship is so strained. I feel the only way, this is my opinion, the only way Cause we do. It's a lot more kids that don't gangbang now. That just on the straight and narrow, go to school, go to college, right?
I believe that.
I feel like
not college though.
So I be seeing them more now.
Can I just tell you why? Not
Go
to
ahead.
cut you off. I ain't gonna cut your wisdom. I was doing Long Beach State College.
Yep.
I was
The
going
pyramid.
taking the bus. I go through the college.
Yeah.
4 black kids every day. I did this route 5 years. Same 5 black basketball playing kids. Was getting on the bus
playing basketball over there.
All these listen, listen. These foreigners. No, it's crazy. These foreigners come from a whole nother country.
Yeah.
They already got paid living arrangements. They come straight into a cottage and live there until they finish college. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what they going for? Because I stay asking because I'm very keen about, I understand what's going on. They going to be an engineer. They're going to be an engineer. How many engineers you know? How many you know?
If they are engineers,
you know an engineer?
if they are engineers,
I'm an audio engineer.
That's what I said. If they are an engineer, they got something to do with
but
music.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you
See
said.
what I'm saying? You know an engineer? I don't know an engineer.
Yeah, that's how they raised though. Their parents are telling them this is a job that you get. This is what you
But
do.
we raised good too.
No, we raised good, but see, we come
raised
from a
good.
different
But
type of.
like what you said though, it's a right from wrong. It's not the education part that's missing.
That's a fact. See, you said that.
No,
Come
but I'm
on,
just
man.
saying,
See,
yeah,
I'm
no,
using
you
your word.
sharp.
What you thought I wasn't listening to something?
But at the end of the day, man, everything is about everybody helping each other, bro.
Yeah.
And black people, mostly out of any other race, I'm not racist, I'm not prejudiced, I'm not none of that. Out of any other race, homie, black people need desperate help.
So you say yay or nay to them being a
To the culture, to
the law enforcement.
No, I think we need. I think, and I got something coming out about that. And I wrote about it in my book. It's called Culture Conscious.
Okay, for sure.
And I told that's what I was talking about earlier.
And where can we go get the books from? Is it
Well, you can get the first book off Amazon. The
Okay.
second book getting printed up as we speak.
Okay, for sure,
So
for sure.
I'm gonna have to bring it back up.
Yeah,
here.
when it drop, definitely come back and let the people know.
Bring it back up here. So the culture conscious is about this. If you never been around white people, you only gonna go by what you know off the brain when how to deal with them. Black people is one of the most people that can emulate any other race and how they are without even meeting them, but they can't do it. We can emulate any race. We can act like when we go to stores, we know how China people act, and we probably ain't never. We can look at different stuff, and they look at us on TV and stuff, and they put these windows up in the neighborhood where we've been buying candy and stuff in these stores for 30 years, and now they want to put a window up. You see what I'm saying? So they want your money, but they don't want you in.
But then you want to follow me around the fucking store.
Yeah, so
you in my goddamn neighborhood
because they don't know. They not culture conscious. If you
They don't
never
even
had
care
a
to be
black
culture
friend,
conscious though.
That's what it is.
They don't care to be culture conscious.
Some of these people been in our communities for 20 years and don't give a shit.
Well,
I was at the store the other day and I feel like they come to our communities, man. If I need 5 cents, you never been short 5 cents? It's like, bro, I come in this store all the time.
All the time.
If I need 5 cents, it's just common courtesy. You just showing me that you don't care about my come on.
But that's
man.
only one person. See, that's one thing I learned too. Not to generalize everything.
Yeah.
And say everybody is like this.
True.
That's
True.
what they
Respect.
do. You see what I'm saying? Because
Respect,
I got some cool white friends, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about some cool today, right now. Some cool white friends that helped me through my transition. Right. From when I got out, man. You feel what I'm saying? And still right there with me and never judged me not one time. Never judged me one time, man. So you got people around. It's just where we at to receive it.
Yeah.
We got to be in position to receive
it.
The difference that we not accustomed to, that we not used to, and that's the base of it, man.
Okay.
We got to step outside our bodies and become free.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? To deal with what we need to deal with.
He said step outside the body and become free. You heard the man.
Yeah.
Make sure you get the people your handles so they know where to go support everything. What you got coming, like I guess in the coming weeks, and when you get
couple of weeks,
you ready for the drop, man, come back so we can
Y'all
let
heard
the
him.
people
He
know.
got the gangtology too. The gangtology, that's a big ordeal right there, in my opinion, bro.
Yeah.
The gangtology. If y'all haven't understood what it is, I'm gonna reiterate. Especially for the parents. If you got any kids that's in gangs, in the streets, joining a gang, or just out here thugging, wilding, doing whatever they doing, gangtology helps you recognize the signs, see the signs, and peep what's going on and how to handle certain situations when you got kids that's going, they leading astray, they going the wrong path, they doing certain things that they, not supposed to be doing. Gangtology pretty much is it? Would you consider it like a guide, or is it like a?
Yeah, like a guidebook.
Like a guidebook.
Yeah, it's a study. It's a study.
It's a study.
It's awareness.
From a gangtologist.
From a gangtologist.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a gangtologist. He's a gangtologist.
Yep.
So we bringing awareness for the for the children, man.
Right. That's all it's about, man.
That's what it is, man. Well, my name is.
You on Instagram, Facebook, all that?
Yeah.
Right? What y'all telling people?
Yeah,
Your
tell
Instagram,
it.
Facebook, everything.
Torn Between Love. You can go on Torn Between Love. You'll see it right there. Torn Between Love Instagram. Torn Between Love Facebook.
Let me see. We're gonna follow you up right now, man.
Right
now. And book should be dropping. The Big Evil Story should be dropping in about 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh, he coming soon.
Yeah, with something else after that, a documentary.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Yeah. And then, man, once we working to get all this stuff on YouTube, it'll be up there soon.
Okay.
Trying to hit it up before the new year.
That's
but
cool.
we'll tag you in this video on Facebook,
Okay.
man. You can share this. And again, we're gonna support. We're working on, every month, man, we giving back 10% of our earnings to everything.
That's cool.
Everybody around us, man. So if any of our partners that got business or books or whatever the case is, man, we don't really want to start supporting. So
that's our way of that's like our way of giving back, as opposed to just some people be give back and you never get to see it. Our way of giving back is, oh, Edwin got a book, we finna go spend with him. Oh, they got a restaurant, we finna go buy a plate with them. Absolutely. Oh, they got this going on, we finna go buy their CD, we about to go do. So
And that's what I do. That's what I do, man. That's what I do, man. I hooked up with that lady Parissa Dunn. She talking okay, man. She a journalist.
Okay.
Yeah. She's
Shout out to Parissa.
from England. Yeah. Yeah. She deals with these type of situations. Yeah.
Show enough, man.
Wait, you on Facebook, right?
Yeah. Torn Between Love.
Okay, it's under that. I got you.
All right, show up, man. Well, I'm gonna get my handles. My name is Emmett. You can catch me at EMCGEEE. Tammi Mac Show will be back on next week. This week we off. Last week was good, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Them shows it was crazy. God is good. Make sure y'all get the KJLH radio app if you don't have it. And that's it, man. Y'all be good. That's all I got as far as right now, man. You always leave with something positive, Mr. Womack. You got something you want to lead the people with?
Stay focused. And try to create, try to help your community, help your siblings, your family as much as you can, and education, man. And we can be a prosperous people, that's what we headed for. That's what we want to do, man.
That's a fact. What you got, man?
Oh man, self-awareness. Self-awareness is a mug, man. Self-aware. You got to be self-aware. If you don't know yourself, then shit, what you doing out here?
What you doing? You wasting your time.
What are you doing?
That's a fact.
You got to be self-aware. You can't grow unless you self-aware. And if you ain't growing, then what you doing? You dying.
Exactly.
You feel me? So you got to be open-minded to learn new things. When you close-minded, you definitely not growing.
Wow.
So. That's all I got for the people. You already know where to follow me at, bro. The producer #4, business page, Slap of the Trash it, man.
That's it, man. It's that new Travis Scott, Jack Boys. They just dropped this a couple days ago. Y'all check it out. Peace and love, man.